there's so much work that people can do on their own with, inner child. I have an active inner child practice of my own.
You do? What is the inner child? Is that IFS, internal family systems, or what is the framework for it? Feel
for you. I mean, inner child work has been around for a long time, but IFS, internal family systems, does what's called parts work, where you're looking at your various protectors and how they've tried to keep you safe, and you work with them and negotiate with them. Right. It's a wonderful approach, and it's also one of those in the category of body brain approaches for trauma. That's really helpful. Inner child work can look like a lot of different things. Think about if there were a baby on a little table right next to me sleeping, and you and I are talking, but I'm very attuned to the baby as well. And anytime the baby stirs or fusses, I put my hand there. My voice might get a little softer for a minute. I might sort of rock them a bit, and I'm able to engage with you, but I'm also very attuned to what the child needs, what the baby needs.
Yeah.
All right. For the minority of Americans who got that close attunement to their needs, they internalized it, and they do it automatically and unconsciously with their breath. When they're hungry, they eat. Their internal cues guide them. If they've been going, and someone asks them to go do something, they say, I think I need to stay home and rest. Where some of us might push through our internal cues.
Yeah.
We don't eat enough, or we go out too many nights in a row. We get tired. We get sick more easily, right?
Yeah.
We didn't internalize that close care of our physical self, or maybe we didn't do good personal hygiene because we didn't get it taught from our parents, or, all sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we wait too long to eat because there wasn't someone who was noticing that we needed a snack when we were a kid, or that kind of thing. So for some people, inner child work, or after you've been doing it a while, might just simply be just checking in with yourself, with your breath. Where am I? Am I grounded? Am I good?
How's my breathing?
Mindfulness practice, daily mindfulness practice, multiple times a day practice can help with that. But a more sort of explicit inner child work might look like, and I'll just talk about my own, for example.
Yeah.
So it used to be when I was younger, I'd be stressed, I'd be having things going on, and I would just push through it, right? Yeah. Whatever emotions I had, or I would just do my to-do list, right? Yeah. Find ways to stay busy and not feel my emotions. And, but as I've done my own personal work, what I've learned to do is, because I have a mindfulness practice and I check in with myself, let's say I'm about to go out the house and go somewhere, but I notice there's kind of an anxious feeling in my stomach. I'm more likely now to sit down and close my eyes and direct my attention to that feeling in my stomach and send my breath to it. And just kind of try to identify an emotion. What's going on there? I think I'm a little... And then maybe I can figure out if there's a thought that goes with that emotion. And then I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I'm actually feeling a little sad about something that happened yesterday. I wasn't even aware I was thinking about it because it was, just circling in the back of my mind. I wasn't in conscious awareness of it. And so I might just... let myself give more attention to the emotion rather than less, right? Which is our impulse, distract, avoid, suppress. That's why addiction, all those things, because we're trying to avoid our emotions. Instead, move closer towards the emotion. Give it more attention, like an attuned parent would to a child. Be with it. And maybe I'll shed some tears. Or maybe I'll just say, oh, it's okay, sweetheart. You're safe. You're going to be okay. Or maybe I'll just do some good long exhales, right? And I'll wait. And it will usually pass through me very quickly, like clouds on a breezy day. The more attention I give to my emotions with compassion, the less likely they are to stay stuck.
Yeah.
And so then I go out and do my day. Or another example might be I'm walking on the green belt. Normally, I'm just really happy and feeling great when I'm hiking on the green belt. But if I notice something's off, I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I might bring to mind my 3-year-old or my 6-year-old self and imagine she's on the hike with me and I'm giving her all this attention and she's so happy and excited to be there. She loves going on hikes and she didn't get to really do that as a child. And I might like tell her about this invented picnic I packed for us. And I might say what I made and what the treat is. There's some cookies, chocolate chip cookies I made for us. And I brought this blanket. And
You're trying to elevate your mood.
right. But I'm not artificially like, oh, cheer up, Sheila. Or,
No,
what I'm doing is there's a younger self who is driving in that moment because there was some sensory cue, some interaction. There's been some ruminating thought.
From the past.
Coming up.
Yeah.
And so I give her the attention. I give her what she didn't get enough of at the time, which was attention and soothing. I was the 9th of 10 kids, you can imagine.
Oh,
right?
goodness.
Yeah. So, and then I imagine her just like, and then it just like, then I forget about it and I keep my hike, but I'm lighter, I'm easier. And so that's you tending to your internal states the way an attuned parent would attend to a baby, a toddler, an adolescent, whatever. And I don't recommend people just go straight to doing that with themselves. Ideally, they'll find like a therapist that they can practice it with. Journaling is another way to do inner child work. Often for a long time, my prompt was, "How was your day, sweetheart?" Right? And then I would just write about my day and my feelings and my thoughts. And it began to be something I looked forward to. Oh, yay, I get to sit down, yummy, and connect with myself, right?
Yeah.
And a way of tending. And that work for me personally has helped me to feel more calm and even to feel more joy and open-heartedness. Hard things that happen in life don't rock my boat like they used to. So I know from personal experience, it can really be an effective way for healing and growth.
Yeah. Being with, noticing, it's taking that awareness that we have with our external world and then focusing on our internal world.
Yeah.
Is there something there that needs some attention or some... I like that. I've done two-way prayer. I had Father Bill Wigmore on the show like 2 or 3 times now. And he does two-way prayer. He taught me and I practiced it where you...
Yeah, what's that like?
You write it's beautiful. You kind of write an emotional question to source or God or universe or whatever you want to call it. And then you find, it's kind of like finding intuition or some God through you, finding your own best nurturer.
Yeah.
And then you give the answer from that place.
Oh.
It was such a beautiful
Two-way
experience.
prayer. I have never heard of that. I love that.
He wrote a
I
book
want to
about
try
it.
that.
I'll
Okay. Well, I can Google the book,
yeah,
right?
you can Google it. Father Bill Wigmore. I might have it here. I did those two-way prayers for a while, and he came and we talked about the ones I did, and wow, it's so powerful. And I also did morning pages.
Oh yeah, morning from the Artist Way. Yeah,
I did
that's
those
great.
morning pages. I was looking down here. I have a little sheet on two-way prayer. I would give it to you, but it's not here. Maybe here it is. I'll let you leave with this, and you can give it back or not give it back. But I think
Why don't I take a photo of it?
Oh, you could.
So, yeah.
Let's do it at the end.
Yeah.
But this is how to practice two-way prayer. It is a cool, and I think it's doing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
There's
one
so
example.
there's so many entry points for developing a closer relationship with your internal self.
Yeah. But I think that's part of living a happy, healthy, balanced. That's nurturance, right? You're nurturing the plant, your plant to whatever.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow.